See little daddy in some air. Let's treat little daddy get some air. The street do I turn not from here. Let's go little hamburger. Let's see little daddy in some air. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. That's an amazing song. Hamburger Hill is the title, and it's by my great friend Jamatsu Nyazi, all the way from Blue Gap, Arizona. And today's episode is actually a special one because I'm actually dedicating this episode to a very special friend of mine, the U.S. Marine by the name of Tyrone Beer. Tyrone Beer is a great friend of mine. He's a U.S. Marine. He has served this nation he's a great fellow, basically, and a great friend of mine. But currently, he's gone through a very challenging period in his life. So, yeah, I'm asking y'all keep him in prayers. And buddy, no, I'm really rooting for you, man. I'm really supporting you. Be courageous. The Marines. There's this famous slogan. The Marines. It's called the slogan. The Marines slogan is "Semper Fi," right? With courage. Is that what it means? I think that's what it means. So yeah, be courageous, fellow friend, man. You're gonna make through it. And anyway, today is it's actually 10:54 here in Kansas. It's December 17th. Only 8 days Christmas, right? 8 days Christmas. Oh my God, this year has gone through very fast. Just yesterday was January, and I know I say this every day, but it's really crazy how fast 2023 has gone. And today we're actually going to talk about chicken, bro. That it's such a very simple. Oh, Robbie, hi, Robbie. But anyway, chicken. I was talking about how today we're going to talk about chicken. Chicken it's not a very interesting topic if you think about it, but I did some research and I got some interesting facts about chicken. Right now, I love chicken, bro. I really do. One of my favorite food is buffalo chicken with a side of buttermilk ranch. If I go to Wingstop, I'm not missing buttermilk chicken. Buffalo chicken with a side of buttermilk ranch, especially if you add a little bit of cheese fries, bro. There you've got me, bro. I can do anything for cheese fries and buffalo wings with buttermilk ranch. And when I was yesterday, I was actually eating chicken yesterday, and I came to think about it, bro. I was like, how come? When did human beings actually domesticate chicken? And how did this all occur? Hey, Deno, how you doing? Deno is saying hi to me. So I went ahead and did some research. For those who don't know, chicken, the scientific name for chicken is Gallus gallus. I don't know. I know probably I don't know people don't know about that. Gallus is a scientific name for chicken, and chicken. Now, before I go to the history of chicken, bro, let me tell you my own history with chicken. When I was young, hold on, let me turn off my watch. It keeps giving me a notification. So anyway, let me give you my brief history of chicken. You see, when I was younger, I used to fear chicken, okay, because I used to go to my grandmother's place, and I remember a day like this many years back, right? It was actually around Christmas, so we had cooked a lot of chapati. For those who don't know chapati is a bread that originated from India, that Africans love a lot. Many Africans think it's an African food, but it's not. It's an Indian food. So anyway, this was a long time ago. I had my own chapati. I was eating chapati, and this was in my grandmother's place. I can remember the place very clearly. I mean, it was December, and I walked out of my grandmother's hut, right? And this is a very rural Kenya. You all know how rural Kenya is, man. It's really rural. There's sheep running around the compound. There's chicken running around, and I was carrying a chapati, the bread, the flat bread, and out of nowhere, I was holding chapati with my right hand, and I was holding tea on my right hand because we usually eat tea and chapati. That's how we eat in Kenya. Then out of nowhere, bro, a chicken just comes. It just flies out of nowhere and grabs my chapati and runs with it, bro. I remember being traumatized by that episode. I mean, when I think about it, it's been years and years, but I still think about how chicken are very mean. And now let me give you all a brief history of chicken. First of all, did you all know chicken actually related with dinosaurs? Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Did I say that right? You know, I'm Kenyan. So my accent isn't really the best. But anyway, chicken is actually related by with dinosaurs. And the relationship is actually direct, right? You see, dinosaurs and chicken are actually part of the same taxonomical group called theropods. Theropods are actually animals that have hollow bones and three limbs. And when you look at chicken have they actually have four when you think about it because they have three, right? Then there's one toe that is usually behind here. So I don't know how they group that. I don't know. I'm not a scientist or biologist or whatever. But yeah, actually, chicken and dinosaurs are actually very related. And one fact that's not very known is that dinosaurs actually had wings, right? Had not wings, but feathers. So you see how many birds have feathers. Many people don't know, but dinosaurs, including Tyrannosaurus Rex. In case you don't know Tyrannosaurus Rex, that's probably the most famous dinosaur. The one that has very short arms, and he has a very huge head, and he was very predatory, right? He used to eat other predators. And this is kind of the same with chicken. When you see chicken, I don't know if you've lived in America, you probably don't know this, bro. You don't. Uh, Wait, why is this guy commenting on my? But anyway, if you've lived in diaspora, you probably don't know about chicken as well as people who've lived in the village. You see, chicken, they're very vicious. They're very vicious animals, right? And I remember when I was growing up, I used to observe chicken a lot more closely because when you're growing up, when I used to grow up, we didn't have phones, we didn't have tablets or whatever. I have all of these things now, but I don't care. Back then, I used to just sit in my grandmother's lawn and just kind of observe what was going on with the animals. And chicken are actually very vicious. They actually eat everything, anything and everything, including snakes. And I remember one time I was just sitting playing with my cousins, and accidentally a snake came out of nowhere. And believe it or not, all the chicken, my grandmother's chicken, came out, and they started eating a snake, bro. It was crazy. I mean, it was a small snake, but I mean, it was crazy to think about it that chicken can actually be that vicious. But anyway, let's look at so how did chicken actually get domesticated, right? So I went ahead and did some digging, and I found out that chicken first originated in Southeast China, Southeast Asia. You see around the Chinese area, up with this idea, China. That's where the first chicken were domesticated. And before they were chicken, they're actually jungle fowls. So they were basically birds, like every other bird, like guinea fowl. There's various kinds of wild birds that just roam around. But chicken was actually domesticated for one reason and one reason only. So apparently in Southeast Asia, watu walikuwa wameanza cultivate rice, right? People had started cultivating rice and other grains. And chicken are omnivorous. They eat grains, they eat meat, they eat snakes, they eat insects. So when people started cultivating grains and rice, many chickens started coming out of the jungles and the bushes, and they started coming out to the farms. And people actually started to trap them and domesticated them. And this was about 8,000 years ago. I mean, that's a rough estimation. Some people say it's about 3,000. So I'd say it's about 3,000 to 8,000 years ago. That's when around most people actually, I mean, that's around when chicken were actually domesticated. But it wasn't until the Roman period. Romans are the ones who actually popularized the eating of chicken. Before that, people didn't eat chicken for some reason. Most population of humans didn't eat chicken. But for Africa, Africa, we were very late to the game. Chicken didn't arrive in Africa up until 800 to 1500 years ago. And it only arrived in Africa because people were trading so much that it went from Southeast Asia and China. And, people started moving the chicken along the coastline, along the Indian Ocean. And it came all the way, jumping up through Iran, Persia, and Saudi Arabia until eventually it made its way to Egypt. And then when it reached Egypt, it actually went down the Nile, right? So we Africans still got very late to the game, but eventually we got a hold of this delicious meal, this very interesting animal called the chicken. But yeah, that was a brief, interesting history about chicken. I don't know if there's something I missed, by the way. So anyway, let me go back to the comments here. There's somebody who was here, Kennedy Osoro. Kennedy Odoro says, the problem with diaspora guys, they eat English. Well, I'm sorry, Eddie, Mr. Kennedy, if you don't understand English that very well. I mean, I don't know how to help you, man. But thank you for commenting anyway. I don't know who you are, but yeah. But anyway, that makes it 10 minutes now. I think that's about as much as I'm willing to go today. Thank you very much, Genoa. Thank you very much, my homeboy Robbie. Robbie, how are you doing, man? Thank you very much for joining me. And I also want to give a few shout outs from my previous video. And like I said, this live I'm actually dedicating, man, to my homeboy Rutaron Beer. He's actually half Vietnamese and half Navajo, which is kind of relevant to this story, right? Because when you think about it, chicken actually came from Southeast Asia, and this guy is actually half Vietnamese. So wherever you are, man, Retired beer, be safe, man. Be safe. And take care and be strong. Simplified, they say. Shout out to Nick Mukoma. Nick Mukoma, great friend of mine. Shout out to Lane. Shout out to Godwill. Godwill Kiplagat, man. You'd been lost for a little while, but you're back. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for coming back. Masiko Men. Who's Masiko Men? I don't know who Masiko Men is. But wherever you are here at Kabarak University, man, we study hard. Oh, my village mate. Why? I cannot share my. I said village mate. Hey, shit. Anyway, village mate. Cornelius Kiprono. Is this the same Cornelius I know, man? I know Cornelius Korir. Cornelius, man, wherever you are, man, be safe. Thank you very much for liking my previous video, and I think that kind of wraps it up for this video. It was very short, but very enjoyable. I hope you all have a great, amazing day wherever you are. I don't know what time. What time is it in Kenya? It's 11:06 or 5 here, which means it should be around 7 in Kenya. You guys have an excellent supper. I hope you all eat chicken tonight. And as Christmas draws closer, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and stay safe. And that's it for me. First of all, before I leave, I'm gonna show you an interesting thing. So this is something I learned about my iPad. Look, when I do this, look at the reaction. Just look at the video, okay? Look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? That's pretty cool. And that's not the only one. That's not the only one. Look at this. Look at this. It's all on for it. Yep, that's pretty cool. This. That's just something iMac does. That's why I keep with I like AirPods. Yeah, to everyone who's followed me today or watched the video, I just want to say this. I appreciate the love. Okay, well, why is it not? Is it this? Yeah. Thank you very much. Till next time. Peace.